Let's talk about the drones. We're all seeing it. It's all over the TikTok, as most of our informative news these days are. In case you aren't aware, there are these car-sized drones that are mostly above New Jersey right now. Kind of a weird thing. It's not like broadcasted a lot of places. It is on TikTok, and it has been confirmed. It's just another day here. It poses the question, what is our airspace safety? You know, I have always been under the impression, like, I do not have free healthcare, so enemies are kind of like eliminated, which is not something I'm super proud of, but I would at least like to know what these things are. And obviously the government's like, we don't know what it is, which to me says they know. We've had an increased detection posture since there was the Chinese balloon, the weather balloon that came over here early 2023. And when that happened, we improved radar sensitivity, which unveiled like all these new aerial objects, and drones and balloons, and these changes in our radar suggest that some objects previously evaded detection, raising questions about the adequacy of our prior monitoring. That being said, there's been a lot of controversy around the unidentified object and aerial phenomenon reporting. So the reports jumped to 366 cases in 2022, with a remaining 171 that are still unsolved. While most are identified as balloons or drones, like we're dealing with today, unexplained cases often occur near military training areas, sparking theories about foreign surveillance. Obviously, I mean, that makes sense, but also, I don't know, it raises the question. What military sensors are designed for specific missions, not to identify an unidentified aerial phenomenon. We are having to make those changes, leading to challenges in identifying those objects, like fast-moving or stationary drones, because they're not what we have adapted to think of as like the military grade thing that we're trying to detect. What are the risks of this? A lot of these drones, or whatever these things are, pose a lot of, you know, national security risks, because clearly they have some advanced flight capabilities that if we're not able to figure out what they are, and just looking at the way they're moving in a way that it's very similar to a helicopter. Like I said, it's like the size of a car. It's very weird. Go look at a video. Hovering against the wind, abrupt maneuvers. So a lot of clusters of sightings around military bases have fueled speculation about potential foreign adversaries testing U.S. defenses. Again, I just don't know. I happen to think that the government pretty much always knows. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'll find out about this in 3 years, that we've been paying for air taxis. Do you know what I'm saying? Before, military personnel were not encouraged to bring up UFOs and UAP sightings without stigma, but now they are, which is hoping to lead to more transparency, but also offers more questions about what the fuck is going on in the sky. This is, you know, just following when the government confirmed UFOs. So, whatever. If increased radar sensitivity can uncover so many new objects, are there still threats that we are missing? Clearly, right? I mean, you're telling me there are car-sized drones that we can't do anything about. It just seems a little interesting, you know what I mean? How prepared are we to respond to advanced aerial technologies potentially deployed by adversaries? I'd say good. I mean, like I said, I feel like we know about stuff before it even comes into our space, but I think what's got me thinking that this has got to be just our government doing some silly stuff is that every article I've read is like the government's like, we can't figure it out, and like we're normally not the first to say that, you know, unless they want us to think they don't know, you know what I mean? And I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid or anything. Don't get me wrong, I love a good conspiracy theory. This isn't so much a conspiracy theory as much as like they don't want the public to know yet. For what reason, I don't know. We'll find out by FOIA or fucking in 10 years. It is interesting though. It is interesting, and a lot of people are saying a lot of things about what it could be. A lot of, rapture thoughts, demons, things like that. What are your thoughts on the drones? This is still new. I think this is the last like 3 days, but in all the TikToks I've seen, people are commenting like, oh, I have some here in Texas, or like someone in Australia is like, we see them here too. I just find it all to be very interesting. Worrisome, but interesting. Because anytime the government is like, I'm shot, I have no idea. I'm like, right. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's the Vlogmas today. See you tomorrow.